Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're working on your research manuscript and you're starting to think about your figures, this video is definitely for you. This video is part 2 of our 3-part series with tips on data visualization. If you missed part 1 of this video, you might want to check it out. We cover the basics of setting up figures and tables and lists for your paper. Before I get started, if you're new to this channel, we're Gold Bio, and our YouTube channel is dedicated to providing researchers with information and resources within the life sciences. To keep seeing more helpful videos, just hit that subscribe button, and if you end up liking this video, definitely hit that like button. It helps us out too. Okay, so why do we even present our data visually in our research manuscripts? Visual presentation helps us better organize and display our information. There are a lot of people out there who are visual learners, and figures and charts allow readers to quickly get the information they need in order to draw important conclusions. Some other quick reasons for visual presentations are it allows readers to make quick comparisons. It allows readers to quickly see relationships. It allows them to easily see trends and groupings. People can understand data within its context. It allows meaningful information to quickly stand out to the reader. It can visually illustrate a methodology. An illustration could help the reader sort of translate a complex block of text. And it increases the reader's comprehension of the overall material. The depth of a relationship or trend or comparison might not easily be digested if it's just put into words, which is why having well-thought, meaningful figures adds so much to your paper. So because we want our information to clearly stand out to our readers, I want to talk about what I mentioned right at the beginning of this video, and that's pre-attentive attributes. Preattentive attributes are things that our brain can process within milliseconds before we're even really paying attention. One really great example is a stop sign. We don't even have to process the words written on the sign because its shape and color tells us exactly what we need to do and how to respond. These pre-attentive attributes can really help enhance a reader's experience and overall understanding of your work. Before we dive in too deep, I do want to say that different journals have different requirements. So there are going to be constraints on the types of attributes you use or the combinations used. Don't worry though, I'll list a few examples here of attributes you can at least consider for your paper. So one of the primary attributes to talk about is color. In this example, finding the G's and C's of the sequence, it's not impossible, but it definitely is more challenging. You can't really skim the figure and get a quick idea. Instead, you're really going to have to take a hard look, maybe even manually count them out. And that's not what we're really going for here when thinking about pre-attentive attributes. Remember this idea of milliseconds. So in this next example though, the G's and the C's stand out, so you can easily kind of get an idea. So color is an example of a pre-attentive attribute, and when used properly, it can really direct your reader to what they need to actually see. Keep in mind though that too much use of an attribute or combination can actually reduce effectiveness. So in this example, it's still pretty easy to find what you need to, but because several colors are being used, it's just not as easy as our first example. When using color, you want to attach the attribute to the data you want to specifically stand out. Color isn't the only approach. Remember too that your journal might have some restrictions when it comes to color. So instead, consider how a bold font can make information still very easily distinguishable. Other common pre-attentive attributes include color, as mentioned, in the sense of hue, color value, which would be using grayscale or bolding, length, like a sorted bar chart, for example, size, like enlarging a specific feature. You could use shape, you could use an enclosure to call out information. There are definitely more out there, and there are 4 things to really consider when figuring out which attribute to use. Consider the information you're trying to present. Determine how you will make a specific piece of information clearly stand out. Know your journal's guidelines, and most importantly, think about your audience and what makes things easy for them to see. So this was just a quick overview on how using pre-attentive attributes can really call out information you want to highlight in your paper. If you are working on your research manuscript, you might also want to check out our writing handbook. I have it in the description below, and it goes into so much more detail about data visualization, tips on writing for understanding, how to write the different sections of your paper, and just so much more. It's free to download, link is below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it if it was helpful, and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more content like this. Also, be sure to check out goldbio.com to browse high-quality reagents as well as finding even more resources for your research. Good luck with the manuscript, and thank you for watching.